Hey everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here, and heads up lawyers, your days may be numbered because AI may be replacing you in your job. You may scoff now, but here's what's going on, and I thought this was really interesting, and so I'm asking the question, would you use AI as your defense attorney in court? I think this is a really interesting question we're all going to have to grapple with. Now, this is coming from Metro UK, and here's what's going on. A quote-unquote robot lawyer is basically set to defend a person on a speeding ticket next month. In February, an AI developed by an organization called Do Not Pay will advise a defendant during an entire court case, likely making it the first ever case defended by an artificial intelligence. Now, this AI is going to run on the person's smartphone. It listens to the proceedings that are going on in the court and then basically instructs the defendant on what to say via an earpiece. And this is according to the publication New Scientist. Now, the location of the court thus far and the name of the defendant is not being basically publicly said. But in this case, if the AI loses, Do Not Pay has agreed to cover any fines, according to the company's founder and CEO, Joshua Browder. Now, this has been billed as the quote-unquote world's first robot lawyer, and the company wants to help people, quote, fight corporations, beat bureaucracy, and sue anyone at the press of a button, end quote. I don't know about that last one, but here we go. Now, Browder, the CEO and founder, basically coming out of Stanford University, launched Do Not Pay in 2015 as a chatbot that provides legal advice to consumers dealing with late fees or fines. The AI works as a legal assistant by asking the client what a legal problem is, and then it finds a loophole, which then turns into a legal letter that it generates for you that it can send to the right institution or upload to a website. In its promotional video, Do Not Pay explained, or Browder, their CEO, explained that he came up with this idea when he had been accumulating parking tickets, which he could not afford to pay. In that process, he became a quote-unquote expert on loopholes in the law that would allow him to get out of paying fines. Quote, the goal of this company is to make the $200 billion legal profession free for consumers. So heads up, lawyers. Now, I find this interesting. I do remember when Do Not Pay came out, because basically wherever you were, I'm sitting here in Chicago getting a parking ticket or whatever. Essentially, it's designed to look for legal loopholes in the law, let's say here in the municipality of Chicago or wherever you are, New York to LA, or I don't know if it goes around the globe yet, and then basically give you loopholes to get out of paying these things. I think that's a great thing, to be perfectly honest, using the system against itself. But that said, I don't necessarily know how good we're going to be if this thing becomes a lawyer. Meaning, as I talked about this before, this is actually not the first artificial intelligence to be involved in a legal system. I talked about this a couple of years ago on this daily podcast / video, and also on my radio show, about an artificial intelligence judge in Estonia that they had put there for like financial transaction and land disputes, nothing like murder or anything like that. And then the AI judge would adjudicate and basically award decisions. These decisions could be appealed by the human subjects, but it was designed to basically remove backlog in the Estonian court system, which apparently it successfully did. So Estonia was leading the way here, but this will be the first time that we've seen that outside of Estonia, as far as I know, especially on the defense side, meaning you're going to go there, you're going to get a speeding ticket, and it's going to go in front of the judge. It's going to, basically hear what the judge and the prosecution has to say about what this individual is doing, and then it's going to give that person the ability to respond. Now, the real interesting question is going to be, how far can this go? Could we actually have an AI defense attorney if I kill somebody and, my first degree murder charge, I'm being, literally defended by an AI robot or something along those lines? That's what we are, beginning to see. I have been programmed to love now becomes I've been programmed to adjudicate or defend. And so I think this is going to be interesting. I think this is something that we'll see in the future. Our court systems are perpetually backlogged, especially if you look at things like immigration court, when we have, issues at immigration on the southern border with a lot of people coming in. It's not political, it's just happening. And so if, let's say, everybody that was coming into this country seeking asylum or whatever it was, got representation through an artificial intelligence that was unbiased, and that is a big problem with AI right now. I've talked about that before. That might alleviate a lot of the issues in court, or if the judges end up being AI. Now, I know there's going to be lawyers out there that are watching this or listening to this thinking, Nick, you're absolutely high, and here's why. And I would love to hear opinions from legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. I don't play one on TV. I definitely don't play one on the internet. So I'd love to hear your opinions on this if you are in the legal profession. But we'll see where this goes. I think this is interesting, but like I said, sooner than later, you may be defended or or prosecuted or judged by an artificial intelligence, and that ain't no lie. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, where I'm 100% human 100% of the time. Ask anybody. Same with YouTube, where you should subscribe to me, ring that bell, and as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.